Hi all, today we're going to be doing a quick review of the Dive Light. It's a dive canister made by Anno. This particular model is a CL2300. Note there is also a CL2300X which boasts a longer battery life. Throughout this review we're going to be looking at unboxing, so I'm going to be putting this bad boy and unboxing it. Next one will be a quick look at the actual device itself, or the unit itself. We'll be going through some really quick specs which can also be found on their website. Some quick measurements, and then we're doing a light test in the dark. Let's have a quick unbox of this dive light. As you can see, it's got the serial number. It's got some really quick stats on the back of it here, which also, as I said before, can be found on the website. So as you can see here, it's got your quick manual, which is again lots of really brief instructions, nothing too important as such. Now this dive light would be classified as an entry-level dive light, unlike some of the expensive ones that they have available. Let me just fix that there. Alright, so what's in the box? So we've basically got a charger. With the charger comes a number of different standard plugs as well, for different regions. It's just a standard 12-volt charger that plugs straight in. You've also got the Goodman handle that you need to put together. It's pretty straightforward. It's also got some grease in a packet, and then some spare O-rings as well. So that's the unboxing done. We'll take a quick look at the unit and we'll go from there. So the unit itself is made pretty well. It's got obviously anodized steel. The coating on it's a little bit marked here and there, but it's not too bad. As you can see here, this is actually the switch, believe it or not. So this particular light runs on a trigger switch, and you can set your different modes by clicking it forward. So if I hold it down, it turns the light on. If I press it again, it goes up another a bit stronger, and again it goes even stronger. I hold it down and then it switches off. Don't know how sturdy and how much longer or how long this will last, but I guess we'll give it a go once we get it in the water. The canister is pretty heavy itself. It's pretty tough. The battery itself, I believe they quote it's a Samsung battery. Whether or not that's true is a different story. To charge it, you need to unscrew this. So this has two O-rings inside the actual seal, right there, and you literally just stick your port straight into there to charge it. They say charging takes about 9 hours. This particular unit came pre-charged. I only had to put it on charge for about 2 minutes before it said it was done. The actual charging light itself is red when you plug it in, and once it's charged it goes green. What I will be doing next is doing some quick measurements, just to give you a bit of a rundown on how thick it is, how heavy it is, and how long the cable is. Right, I've just put the light on the scales. It weighs at about 1.16 grams or 1.16 kilograms. So it's a pretty heavy light, but considering the size of the battery, it's not too bad. Apparently its bigger brother, the CL2300X, is slightly heavier, weighing in at 1.8 kilograms due to the bigger battery size. Now, one thing I will mention is when I went to put the Goodman handle on, first of all, this is plastic, which I'm not too fussed on, especially given that the handle screws into these little screws here. We could over tighten them and strip the plastic out. The other thing is, obviously this is just the metal bracket or brace, but what really disappointed me was, and I just want to show you guys this here, is when you put this on, now these screws here are completely tightened up. However, the unit is still a little bit loose. It almost as though that there should have been a rubber cushioning in there. That would have been quite nice, but unfortunately there's not, and it just feels unsturdy. I'll go and put the rest of this handle on. Okay, so basically that's what the handle looks like, and as you can see it kind of rattles around a bit. It's not how I'd like it, and I don't like it how it's plastic, because you could definitely overstrip them if you over tighten it, so you need to be a bit careful there. I know that the handle's plenty wide enough. My hands aren't too big, I'm about a medium to large hand size. It sits quite nicely. Alright, some really quick measurements. So the actual face of, or the diameter of the light itself is about 7.2, 7.3 centimeters. The length of the light itself is about 9.5, not including the screw of the cable. The diameter of the body itself is probably about 6 centimeters. The length of the Goodman handle, you'd probably say the inner diameter would be about 10 centimeters by about 4.5 centimeters. Canister itself is 11 centimeters long, not including the screw cap for the battery port, and obviously the cable length. Diameter is very similar to the light. It is roughly 6.5 centimeters as well. The actual cable, the length of the cable is 1.5 meters long. Alright, some really quick facts for you all. So the reason why it's called the CL2300 is because it boasts 2300 lumens. That's at its highest setting. And the lowest setting is about 575 lumens. It's got an 8-degree angle beam using 3 Cree XML U2 LEDs. It's got a magnetic switch, as what we saw before. The Kelvin rating is between 5,000 to 7,000, like most LEDs these days on the market. They boast that the low mode will last 12 hours, the mid mode will last 6 hours, and the high mode will last 3 hours. Now the bigger brother, as I mentioned before, the CL2300X, the only difference between the two is it has a bigger battery pack, and it boasts double the runtime. There is a price difference, so this particular model that we're looking at today retails for around $189.88 USD on their website. That includes DHL shipping worldwide, so it was a really good deal. When I purchased mine, I got it within a week. I was pretty impressed by that. The bigger brother, or its older upgrade, or its upgrade model, is about $299 USD, so there's about $109 USD difference. And basically you're just getting the longer run times. Probably good if you're doing multiple dives and you're offshore, or you don't have access to 12-volt charging facilities, then you'd probably want to go the bigger option. It says that it's about 200 meters depth, or that's what it's rated for. And the beam itself, I think they boast that it's got around 300 meters plus for the beam at its high capacity, or when it's on its highest setting. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go and show you some light. This next bit of the film is basically filmed in pitch black. So I've just put my camera on a tripod and I'm just fiddling around with the low, medium and high settings to give you guys an indication of how much spread the beam has and how far it is. The back wall, you'll notice, is probably about 10 meters, and the tree that you're about to see is probably about 30 to 40 meters. You'll see it shortly. Well, there you have it. That is basically a quick review of the CL2300 Dive Canister light. If you're looking for an entry-level dive light, by far I do recommend this. I'm still yet to get it in the water, to be honest, so I haven't actually used it in the water. I'll be doing that in the next couple of weeks, so I'll do a quick GoPro video underwater, depending on visibility, light, silt, etc, etc. If you can buy it directly from their website, as I said before, that $189.88 USD was a special. I don't know if they're still going to continue it, but definitely if you're looking for an entry-level dive light, this is by far a really good build and definitely worth looking at buying.